Sweet. I love video game.
Me too.
Wait, are we only on episode 3? Wait.
Heyo! Welcome everybody. I learned
Hey!
as I'm going live right now that I'm way too high up on the screen, and we have a lot of dead space in the middle of this. So we're doing a little bit of moving. But hi everybody, welcome to
Hello.
the lovely world of Quiet Season 2. You're on.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, we're back with more Good Old Phoenix. The music's still super loud. Let me turn that down. There we go. Now it's less loud, mostly. And around me are lovely people who have given me their time for this evening. Why don't you go and introduce yourselves real quick while I fix my fucked up overlay.
Do we want to go clockwise or counterclockwise?
I don't even know.
Vi, you start. Caleb.
Okay. Hello, my name is Caleb Wade of Kern Demented Presents and Guild of the Phoenix. I will be playing Vincent Vi Temple, our resident seeker. I believe it's your turn, Ronnie.
Okay, hi.
Yes, yeah.
I am Ronnie. Tonight I will be playing Annika Montenegro, the snob of the group, and yeah, I'm excited. I missed last session, so I have a lot to catch up on.
Oh, it's my turn. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Jesse, it's your turn. My turn. My name's Jesse. I am playing Natalie, who is a
There
hacker.
we go. That's a little better.
Who's a hacker, and I will say, it wasn't my fault. Gonna put that out there right now. Wasn't my fault.
Ah, yes. Was not your fault.
Julian.
Hi, I'm Julian. I play Darian, who is our rocker who has not done a lot of rocking lately, but that's okay. I will also say this is not Darian's fault, but I don't think it's anyone's fault, really. Things just happened.
Probably
And-
mine.
We saw the coyote again. Yeah.
There's so much happened in that session. Oh boy.
Hi, I'm Fettuccine. I think I mostly fixed it as good as I can get it to fixed. So now it looks a little less. It looks a little more put together, just a little. I have the lovely backdrop. Our backdrop for probably the rest of the season will change depending on what city we're in. So for today it's Albuquerque because we haven't left Albuquerque. So thank you, the city of
We really
Albuquerque,
should
for
have
your
left
roadmap.
Albuquerque.
We'll be leaving it soon. We have a couple more scenes here, and then we're going to be moving on. That being said, gotta turn music down on my side. Last time we left off. Oh, I'm Fettuccine. You can find me on the internet as Fettuccine. I'm your storyteller for this evening. If it wasn't already obvious by this little doodad.
Well, that can't stop them because some of them can't read.
I know, but I've told them because they can't read, or hell, they're blind and they're just listening to us. So, but last time we left off, we had a great session and a great evening where we watched, I believe, Darian, Vi, and Natalie go on a little bit of a field trip after running into a young man who was maybe once Jake, but goes by Charles. You're not quite sure Vi. Vi interacted with him, found out some stuff, and after working on trying to figure out what the heck he's been up to, which was evolved a lot of memory loss and concerned statements from him towards the
Also,
players.
by sort of breaking into the room that he had, which was like maybe
I was about to get to that here in a second, and as you guys are investigating this and the potential death, well, not potential, but the murder that occurred a few rooms down, that happens to be in very close close relation to the murders that Gavin once told Darian about, there's concerns. So Vi broke into his room to find out some stuff.
To be fair, the door was unlocked.
Yeah, the door was unlocked.
And Officer Briggs wasn't looking, so...
Yeah, Officer Briggs was not looking.
So it's only a little illegal.
Yeah, it's only kind of illegal.
Also, I may have a rapport with a police officer that is a bit of a rookie and studied music. What of it?
I totally forgot that shit.
And that is like, what the fuck is staccato?
Anyway, after some investigating and driving, I believe you guys were dropping him off at a Greyhound? Or you're supposed to?
Because he was planning on walking to the Greyhound,
Yes.
and then I don't know what told either Darian, Vi, or Natalie, or a collection of the three, but there was the vibe that he wouldn't make it if we didn't intervene.
Vi got a twinge in the air that he would not be safe if he returned to quiet on his own.
Or that he would even make it.
Yeah.
Yes. That was the general vibe that Vi got from that.
Yeah.
Upon picking him up, you guys passed a coyote again. The second time you guys have passed a coyote, it looked very familiar to the first coyote you passed. So in the effort of, we've seen it twice, we now must investigate.
In downtown Albuquerque, mind you.
In downtown Albuquerque, to be
It was
fair.
like literally like in an alleyway.
It was literally in an alleyway, and you all
Weird.
investigated it, and it was a great time.
Not y'all. It was me, Darian, and Charles here.
And then Vi
We
showed up.
investigated, and then Vi magically showed up.
Mhm.
Gian, how did Vi get there?
It's almost like Vi went on a quick trip to go visit a friend? Not
Tried
friend?
Wasn't it trying to reach Al again?
No, it was, and he did reach out again. And they had a quick conversation about, I believe, Charles and some other stuff.
Charles and potential, like, if the murders that have been happening, like, or the murder that just happened down, like, if Hal's heard of it since he's Keeper of Death. And I am supposed to link up Gavin and Hal so they can investigate together.
Yeah.
And then
Is
I
that
asked
what it
her.
was?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize Gavin was going to talk to Hal.
Yeah, that sounds. Boy,
I don't know if Darian's going to agree with that.
Darian's gonna hate that.
That's and yeah, and then Vi was kind of pulled away and brought to his friends to talk to the coyote, who is a spirit messenger / guardian, where there are some natural forces at play. They're like, hey girls, we're here to protect and or warn you.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff that happened that had no answers.
And Darian kind of flicked a combo at his head.
Okay, that was said for me. I wouldn't have done that.
There was
So-
a little bit.
Cool.
There was a little
I
bit
see
of
how
a
it is. You
tiff.
guys rescued my ex-boyfriend without me, and then also
Rescue is a strong term because they didn't really touch.
Rescue is a strong term.
Yeah.
Vi recognized it from the one little flash of the locket that you showed him once upon a time. It's like, oh shit, hey! And then
Rescued is a strong term.
rescued is a strong term.
I don't
Also,
necessarily think that rescue has happened yet. I think we've just identified that there is a problem and have not solved it yet.
And that this
Also,
guy's parents are totally like blasé about
There's
the fact
some
that
really
they've been
sketchy
gone.
stuff going on.
Also, Vi may or may not have explained the plot of season 1 to Natalie and Charles. And there was a bit of a tiff between Darian and Vi because Vi was stressed and scared.
Not quite. I think it was like Darian did the accident. Vi tried to take over the conversation with the coyote, and Darian got upset. And
Mhm.
when we split off and went back to the motel, because now we're just really confused, I think Darian talked to Nat about how he feels like he is the odd
normal
one, the normie out of the group, and that it makes him self-conscious, and that this was one opportunity where he could actually maybe do something by talking to the coyote, and he couldn't do it.
But-
where he wasn't given a chance to do it.
Amakuas are important to his, his culture.
That being said, we're going to rewind a little bit to the start of that session where
By the way, the reason why you weren't there is because you disappeared magically.
you did disappear
go.
magically.
Yeah, Darren was really sad.
And
He
that's
tried to
where-
grab for you, and then you disappeared.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
that's-
literally just poof by.
Yeah.
Not
So-
with a puff of smoke, but you kind of.
Where it on it.
So, Annika, let's cover this morning. As we kind of recovered in the end of the first session of the end of episode 1, the first session, you were like, hey, Darian, keep low, there's flashing lights, police outside. And Darian, I believe you responded something along the lines of what's going on, and you turned for Annika, and Annika was no longer there. Annika, as you turn to see Darian briefly reach out for you, you are at the board, but not. You were in the entry hallway that usually will be to the boardroom. You've been here many times, but it looks off. The candles are out, the lights are dim. There's something very immediately wrong with this place.
Okay. Important meta note question for Caleb. How much did Vi share about his nightmares?
Which ones?
The ones with Hal in them.
More specific.
The ones with evil Hal in them.
Evil hell.
Is that different from
He
normal
That is
now?
different.
Okay.
Yes, that is different.
He shared that it was mostly black and white, but you could recognize that Hal's eyes were red if you did the whole color match in your mind.
Yep.
Telltale sign that somebody's evil.
And
Red eye.
that even after stopping the incursion, that even though Vi doesn't see Hal in his nightmares, he has now stopped having nightmares in black and white.
All right. So the first thing Annika does, because she's never been pulled to the boardroom unwillingly, but she has been pulled into Vi's visions before.
Mm-hmm.
So she immediately looks around and checks the color of the room.
A quick color check. It's not quite black and white, but color is certainly not the normal. Doesn't have its usual vibrance that the entry hallway usually has. You know, there's this nice deep red kind of carpet thing, I guess, that is now just this muted auburn style. It doesn't have the same vibrance it usually does. It doesn't have the same details because they are faded into one another. The wood of the hallway walls is this nice maple that is now darkened into this just faded, but still has a hint of brown. It is very. It once again hones in that something is very off.
I grab a candlestick off a table and keep walking toward the boardroom.
Okay, you can easily do so. The candlestick is picked up. You walk into the boardroom itself. As you open the doors, the table is gone. The intricately designed table that has a triangular shape that with three ends kind of cut off, making an awkward hexagon of sorts, is just missing. There's nothing in the room outside of the usual side pieces. Nobody currently stands in there, but as you look around for a couple of anything more, you see Alice walk in. And she kind of looks over to you and goes, "What's going on?"
Does Alice have red eyes?
Yeah, I look at her face.
Her eyes are an unnatural yellow.
That's still evil. Still potentially evil.
It definitely they aren't normal Alice
No,
color.
they're not. Alice normally has pale blue eyes.
I could ask you the same thing. You're the one with all the answers, right?
I don't have all of the answers, but I have a few of them. Yeah.
More than me, usually.
Usually, yes, that's the case. I think today we might be on the same footing, however. I don't see. Oh, did you get pulled here as well?
You could say that.
Wait, check your own eyes.
Quick, take a selfie.
Pull out the compact mirror you have
Hi.
for just such an occasion.
Your girl dumb. That isn't the thing that is popping into her mind right now.
She goes, well, let's see. Can we get in touch with anybody else?
I'm
So
like
you're kinda-
walking slowly around the room while she's talking, and if there is something reflective in the room, I will look at myself, but mostly I'm just like looking around at things,
I
trying to
would
see what else is
say
different.
there's a flat enough surface on one of the kind of set pieces that is just this nice metal art. There's a flat enough piece in that somewhere that has the ability to kind of see a reflection. I would like you to make me a roll. What is that for this?
Cheat sheet is still pinned, by the way.
Gotcha. I will actually make good use of that at the moment.
I imagine this is investigate, which
Mhm.
I'm terrible at, but
Okay.
here we go.
Yep.
What is hidden
Yeah,
here? Where is it?
That's fully a failure.
Okay.
What is hidden here?
That's-
Where is it?
We succeed on 6s, right?
Yes.
Yes.
6 are
Yeah,
successes.
no,
Okay.
nothing.
Then I would like you to ask me one question, and I might lie to you from the list.
Second, I've got yeah, what is hidden here and where is it?
What is hidden here, and where is it? There is another door that leads out of this place, and it is one that you've never seen before. It is one that is sat behind where Hal generally sits at one of the heads of the table. It is there, and it is hidden in a recess, and you kind of pull one of the candelabras that are hanging off the wall in this room. All of those are also extinguished. There's only the chandelier in the center that kind of gives dim light to this room.
Okay.
But you pull it, and the door kind of clicks open. As you push on through, you are greeted with a darker room. It is not kept the same way the rest of it is. Alice kind of sees you kind of looking in that way and goes, "Did you find something?"
I guess. You've never been back here?
I didn't know this place existed. Well, that door at least.
Oh. After you, the lady.
Yeah, I got, yeah. She kind of nods and kind of looks in. She has kind of a flashlight pulled out. It's like a small
As
pocket one.
she walks by me, I want to scan her.
By all
Empathize.
means. Yes, roll me an empathy, and then you can add your key item or the bonus
Yep.
that you would get from that.
There we go, one success.
One success. Awesome. You can ask me 2 questions.
All right, I got to find the
Empathize
sheet
questions.
again. All right, empathize. What does she feel?
What does she feel? She is scared, but curious.
Okay.
Hmm.
And is she lying? Is basically the nuance of that is this really Alice, or does this entity at least believe that she is Alice?
She believes she's Alice,
That's not.
but
That's not.
there's something about her that is definitely not Alice.
Spooky.
Okay.
That's not great.
Look, as long as you don't see a motherfucker with the acid green eyes, you're fine.
What if she's the Alice that's in your mind?
All right. So I nod
What if the true Alice was the Alice we found along the way?
and I follow her in. I've still got the candlestick Just sort of.
Nah, and
What were you doing before you got here?
before I got here, I was just working on some, side projects I do from time to time. Some, engine rebuild, stuff of that nature. Just some fun stuff to keep my hands busy. But, and then, I got zapped into it. Like, I assume like you did.
Yeah. Do you think,
So-
what do you think this has to do with?
Certainly nothing good, I don't think. You mean, the table's gone, the rooms are all dark. We're in some kind of hallway that looks like it belongs in the bottom of a bunker. She kind of gestures to the walls, which are vastly different than the rest of the boardroom that you know of so far. And the walls are cement metal, like you got metal pipes and cement walls with bricks. The floor is also cement, and you have occasional puddles of what looks to be just stale water every here and there. There's as you reach the end of where this hallway is, instead of kind of turning in any direction, it is just a step, almost like a ladder down, like a step ladder, almost like you would see on like a ship.
Well, that's ominous.
Well, none of this certainly isn't the, nice comfy feeling of the board. So,
Yeah, comfy. All right, let's go.
she nods and
You
begins
first.
climbing down the ladder. As she reaches the bottom, she's like, well, there's a door here. Shall we open it?
On my way.
Not too far after you reach the bottom of the landing of the kind of step ladder style. You see a large metal door, and on it there seems to be either a keypad with like the obvious spot for numbers to appear. It's an LCD screen on this, and not a big one, just one big enough to read, obviously. And otherwise, there's no other kind of big features.
This is your department, isn't it, Alice?
Yeah, it is. Let me see if I can give this thing a crack open. And you see her just kind of touch it and pull out, and as if expanding like a blueprint on like a piece of software, all of the components just kind of come out. The wires remain in place where they're connected to. She looks at it, hits a couple things with
Brief
a pen.
twinge of like bittersweet regret on Annika's face, and then she stuffs it.
And as she's looking, she kind of pulls out a pen, clicks it, hits a thing between two spots where there's metal protruding out, and you see the LCD screen flash once before you hear the soft click of the door lock opening. And she pushes it all back into place and then opens the door. Huh? You alright?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm great. I'm fucking amazing, Alice. Let's go.
Sorry. Never mind. She just kind of turns away and walks in. And there's this dark room, still dark, but it is, you have metal grating underneath your feet as you step into it. There is a second floor underneath this metal grating that is holding you up on this elevated platform. There are screens all over the place. And you see there are screens on 2 of the walls. You kind of walk in and there's a diamond formed out of the walls or around you. On the 2 walls farthest from you, you have walls of screens. Each have a litany of other crazy things. And you vaguely recognize this place as if it were a recreation. You remember that there was a room similar to this when you were coming into the final encounter with the organism before you guys set off for this journey and once you took your time off. You remember this being a room that it was definitely not to this degree though. Somebody has either recreated it or this was the original that they tried to make a replication of elsewhere.
Hi, long-time viewer, short-time player, even shorter-time watcher. That's concerning.
And there's multiple pads of paper on a desk in kind of the middle of this metal grate area. The metal grate goes about a quarter of the way into the room, and there are 2 stairs going down each side. And there are a couple banks of computer terminals on the bottom floor. A desk on the top floor with a single computer terminal and a pad of notepaper on the right hand side and a pencil on the left. It has been left there it's almost immaculate, that desk. The rest of the room looks to be various stages of disarray.
I look at Alice. Does her demeanor change when we walk in here?
Her demeanor changes and she stops trying to... The facade of whoever is believing to be Alice seems to start to crack a little.
All right. Why am I here? You brought me to the nightmare room. Here I am.
I need you to make I guess a charm would be the best role for this. Essentially getting whoever this person is to explain this to you.
All right. Charm. And I would like to be trying to essentially feel the vibes of the room as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that
Vibe
improves
check.
this, but like
you could do that. I'd say that'd be probably something
a separate roll.
Okay. I wouldn't say you need to make a roll for that. It can just be
Okay.
separate of the charm roll.
Okay. All right. Well, here goes nothing. That's a success.
One success, awesome. Make them do what you want. Okay. You are, after a brief moment, they kind of look at you, and the yellow disappears from Alice. And Alice just kind of looks at you like, how did I get here? And a person steps out from behind, almost as if it was in Alice's shadow. And just kind of looks and goes, because I need you both for a project.
Coombs.
Describe the person.
The person looks to be wearing a hooded t-shirt, more or less. The hood is mostly, the hood is down. Not mostly down, it's only down. Hood is down. They have long, dark hair that is cut off to one angle, kind of fading down one side.
Asymmetrical, got it.
Mm-hmm. It is not dyed in any way that you can see. They have dark eyes that have no particular pigment outside of black. And whatever they used was definitely not something that you've seen before, outside of your knowledge of Hal, the Hals and the visions of Vi. As you are looking, and they kind of, their facial features outside of that, it seems to be almost kind of gender fluid in nature. A very refined look, not many wrinkles, and the overall build looks to be somebody in their mid to late 20s at best. Whoever there.
The organism, I presume?
No. You all killed them, and they can stay dead for all I care. I need your help with something a little more dire.
Well, look, I don't take a lot of Daddy's advice, but one thing I do is, don't work for anybody when you don't know the name of your boss.
Then I shall introduce myself. I'm Roosevelt.
Theodore?
Not Theodore, just Roosevelt. I at one point had a last name. It has been lost to me in the time that I have sat here and monitored these banks. I am the keeper that they have forgotten about on the board. Keeper of the watch. To make sure that the old gods don't come back.
I knew there were gods. Fucking hell.
It's
I thought this was a sci-fi game.
That's why we say. But we've...
Are we playing Simon?
No. We're playing...
Stop making this about Scion, Jesse!
The old gods are unfortunate abominations of technology and other things. They graft whatever they could find onto them and have become awful things.
What has Cher ever done to you?
So, that's why I asked for both of your help. Because you both know people in the real world. Both of you have skills that would be able to help me in keeping these things off of our reality and in the realities that they come from.
Okay, I have like a lot of questions.
We have as much time as you need.
Mood.
Okay. So, whatever this is like fucking Twilight Zone version of the table. Obviously, it's not like 100% real, because...
Well, no, I mean, it's about as real as the board is and the table and all that. There's...
Great. Cool. Does this bat cave exist in the board we usually go to?
In theory, I've yet
Why
to
don't you just frickin' open the door and talk to the board if they've forgotten you?
Because I can't open it from this side.
Oh, okay. Could... You're a keeper.
I am a keeper, by name.
You can clearly do some of the brain conference calling. Because you just ripped me out of space and time to put me in the fucking Twilight Zone.
Yeah, it's less the brain stuff and more of a physical.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Alice is just like, and I'm here too.
Don't know why I'm here.
Don't worry about me. I am an NPC.
all W's.
I'll need a full question in order to answer it.
What is hidden here and where is it?
There's got to be a less roundabout, less frankly terrifying way to invite people into a work cohort than body snatching them.
Look, I apologize about that, by the way. But I just also wanted you to not, I don't know, panic? I don't know.
Well, you did a fucking terrible job.
Yes, I
You
realize that.
possessed my ex-boyfriend's aunt.
Oh, okay, I didn't know about that. I apologize even more so in that case.
Oh, was that me?
No, that...
Oops.
Oops. My apologies.
Who the fuck
You
is this
bring
girl?
me to... What if the Addams family made the board? And
Kind of, not really. I mean,
and
it's just the board when nobody's using
there's
it.
not even... You could have... You imagined this whole space with your keeper powers. You could have
I
put a
didn't-
helpful little roadmap on there.
Did
Maybe
not,
a
no.
cheerful, colorful banner that says, "Hey, I'm your coworker that no one remembers."
This is strong Darien energy too.
I know. That's
Annika's been hanging around Darian super way too long.
I think it's funny.
Did not imagine this place at all. It was like this when I got here. It'll be like this when I leave. It'll be like this as long as we are the board and, you know, we don't have been replaced by something else equally as awful and paranatural.
Great. So you need me because I can frickin' magically gaslight people, and you
I
need
feel like there's a better way to word that, but yes, in theory.
and
Nope.
you need
Good. Say it one more time.
you need Alice because and she just gestures at the walls of computer monitors. And
Well, also how she gets into this place. That was, yeah. Anyway.
literally,
Lit.
do you just want us to open the door at the next board meeting so you can walk out and be like, "Yo, I'm
Yeah.
Roosevelt"?
Sure. I mean, I love
Is
that.
that all?
I mean, I guess that's really the best thing I could do. Yeah, there's just no way of really getting there from my side. I can show you when you come next time as well. It's a little more complicated than just not being able to open a door.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, that's just great. That's wonderful. You know that nobody at that table listens to a fucking word I say, right?
Are you the newest member?
Until recently. We got a new, I think it was the Keeper of the Seas or something. I don't know. Somebody joined recently.
Technically, you and Hal are both technically the newest members in your positions.
Okay, I thought you said that somebody new had joined recently.
Well, no, there was. Let me look at my notes. Because yes, but no.
Okay. It wasn't in the document you gave me. It was like in session 1.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
but no, but yes.
Because it was part of when everyone, like, people weren't showing up for board.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, that, then yes, sorry. That is something I forgot to write down with, it is C's. Keeper of C's.
Alright, yeah, I'm not technically the newest anymore. There's new guy who wears a lot of Hawaiian shirts. But I'm 19.
And mine is older.
And And I'm only here because the last keeper of the flesh. It doesn't matter. The point is, look, Alice will get the door open and I'll do what I can, but like I barely know how to use
Wait,
what
wait,
I've
wait, wait,
got.
You said the board member piece is going missing out of character, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Barely. Okay. Well, did you ask the person you got it from?
Hal and I aren't exactly on speaking terms. That and he was dead. Now he's death.
Ah, I gotta love how you always stay attached, even when you don't want to.
He anyway. He gave me very brief, and I gesture over to Alice. I'm like, this lovely lady has done a fantastic job of soothing my spirits while, and Alice, I love you. You're very sweet. Telling me fuck all. And
Why?
everyone else treats
Fuck
me
me, I guess.
like I'm, the latest intern. Good for delivering reports, bringing coffee, and saying, don't you worry your pretty little head about it, sweetheart. When there are people vanishing and not coming to meetings and not talking about it, and no one's talking about it, and no one will tell me why.
People aren't coming to meetings, you say? You mean people as in other keepers that should be coming to these?
Yeah.
Cool. So my problem might be a little more pressing than I thought it was going to be, and then I didn't need to worry as much. But maybe I do. Right. Let's take a look at things. I will let you know when I need to speak with you next about things, because if people are missing, that's concerning. That's very concerning. That's very concerning. Why is nobody talking about it? Why? And Alice just kind of shrugs and goes, we've never had to deal with this before. I didn't really think it was going to be an issue.
You didn't think it was gonna be an issue? Vanishing, Alice?
Well, sometimes people take siestas and vacations and...
Siestas! The Keeper of War didn't show up to the last meeting!
Yeah, I figured he was busy shooting people. This is the whole thing in Afghanistan right now. It's wonderful. He's having a great time.
Why would he be doing the shooting? Wouldn't he just facilitate other people to shoot?
They're not
No.
mutually, they're not mutually exclusive, first off.
No.
Oh, that's concerning.
So what's the problem that you're worried about then,
If people
Mr.
aren't
Roosevelt?
showing up to meetings, that means there might have been, I don't know, old gods regaining influence here. Which I say gods is because it's always been called. They're really not gods either, but
Aliens.
they're not aliens either. They're just
Voice in the ether.
not aliens. The thing that just spoke through walls and time. But
Aliens.
it means that they probably have started to do not good things.
Okay.
Not good things, and things that are probably detrimental to people who want to keep their fanciness as keepers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are we worried about other things? Like, I don't know, the fate of the world?
We maybe want to start thinking about that. That might be the next step on this, but hey, we can cross that bridge once we've figured out what the first problem is. Unless you want to work on that problem as well and just completely overwhelm ourselves, that's entirely fine too.
Annika has the type A personality in a room full of type Bs, and she is wilting.
Why is no one proactive?
What do you want me to do, Roosevelt?
Let me know if you see anything suspicious whenever you get to wherever you're going next on your lovely little road trip. And by suspicious, I mean things that should not be functioning, because last I heard the loops were down, and if there are things coming out of what the loop tech has brought, and are causing problems, that's something that might need to look into.
Okay. Give me something brass.
Here, and he
Things
pulls
from
out
the flood. Did he say the name?
things that might, come from the flood.
You could say that they are drowned, they are moist.
He hands you a brass. Looks like it could be. It's kind of mangled. It was maybe at one point a lighter, but it's since been kind of crumpled up more than it really should, and is no longer usable as such. But
I'll page you, I guess.
cool, wonderful. In the meantime, I'll let you know if I come across anything that might be concerning as well, which should be fun, because if there are people missing, that means we have a lot to look into. Who all is missing, by the way?
I know the Keeper of War wasn't at the last one. Events is always there. Events is always there. I think was it the Keeper of? Hang on, was it the?
Keeper of Gritty.
I
They're always missing.
want to say it was the.
Skies is another one.
It was Bernard, the Keeper of Skies.
Keepers are there.
8.
Yeah, there are 8. Well, 9 now, apparently.
No, 9, including Watchers.
Sky, flesh, or
Death.
Death, engines, events,
Sky sees.
sky seas, watch.
That's 9. Not 10 if we're including the Watcher.
Watch
So-
was the watcher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I leave?
Can I go?
Yeah, I suppose you could. I apologize
Poor
for making
Annika.
this such a mess. I'll go over how I bring people into this shit show next time. So, sorry.
Just
Have you heard of
text me or
Have you heard
something.
of cell phones, Roosevelt?
Right. Cell phones. Yes. Where do I get one of those?
Us-
in the real world, I don't know. Can you go there?
Oh my God, is
Okay.
Roosevelt Vincent Valentine from Advent Children? Or can I get a phone?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I will. Never mind. Just like telepathy me or something.
I'll figure out a way to get to you. Don't get a hold of you if I need to.
That's precisely what I'm terrified of.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, also, apologies again for bothering you.
Yeah. Alice, I'll see you when I see you, I guess.
Yeah, of course. Have fun on your road trip. I know that's what you were in the middle of doing.
Yeah. This is going to be great to explain to my very normal friend Natalie that I vanished from my bed.
Oh, well, at least she's getting indoctrinated into the way of things.
Yeah, at least I wasn't fucking driving the car.
I don't like that
Hi.
word indoctrinated, as if I have to accept all this nonsense that's happening.
It's just the way that Alice is putting it. And you are transported back. And you are in the room where you woke up in the morning. And nobody is there. You are by yourself.
There better be.
And about
I immediately check and see if this crappy hotel has some kind of mini bar.
yes, there is a bit of a small mini bar. It's like maybe 3 items. Not
I
great.
would not.
Look, Darian made a mini bar by going in with his fake ID and got alcohol.
Also,
Good. I grab just the cheapest thing that I can mix with orange juice and head to the Continental Breakfast.
all right. You head to the Continental Breakfast.
There's cops everywhere.
There are cops, but none of them seem to stop you.
And they stopped us.
They did.
Profiling.
Perks of being a snob.
That's
And-
not what we're talking about.
They aren't mutually exclusive, though.
Unfortunately.
And after a while, you see, I believe you guys all came back after the talk with your coyote friend.
That's also very, like, I don't know what definitions you're using right now, but friend is not what I would describe the situation.
Oh, so
that we're
Annika
in.
would have teleported back into the room where there's a ritual set up with candles and whatnot, and just ignores it.
There isn't one, at least at the moment.
Well, there was. That's what happened.
That's why Vi rushed back.
Vi made a ritual, and
So
then
something
got
else happened with
teleported.
Annika.
I said what I said.
Oh no.
So, you have your breakfast. You come back, and there is a ritual on the floor. There's still some lit candles. They're starting to kind of drip wax onto the floor.
I immediately check my Trapper Keeper and see if there's like ghostly writing from Roosevelt in it.
There is no ghostly writing from
I
Roosevelt.
did it. I talked to you.
There is a book in the center.
This is fine. All right, this is fine.
Just pours
just
more
ignores it.
into the orange
Just
juice.
ignores it. Ah, yes, Vi. Totally.
This is the garden variety weirdness that I've used.
It's the homegrown weirdness that I'm used to. Local weirdness. Support your local weird.
And she kind of just like texts. I think she texts Darian and is like, "I'm back from Wonderland. Did you get arrested?"
Darian, you're in the middle of your drive back when you're asking, and you get a text.
I thought we got back already.
You were
Said
in
what he
Right.
said.
Annika's not done yet.
Yeah. In the middle of you drive back, and I think it's probably because you're driving, you don't immediately notice it.
Yeah.
Um,
Otherwise, Darian, once immediately he got back, he'd be like, "Where the fuck is Annika?"
and you hear a knock on your door, Annika.
This is an outward facing like outdoor
Yes.
hotel.
Like
Okay.
yeah.
I peek out the curtain a little bit.
You see an individual who's tall, kind of slim but not wiry. He's got long gray hair and milky eyes. You know him. It's Hal.
Annika's just like, okay, then guess we're doing this.
Shot number 3.
Ugh, the fuck you want?
She's pre-gaming for New Orleans, okay?
She opens the door. It's like,
You aren't by. Okay. Sorry to bother you.
you are honestly only the second most frustrating keeper I've had to deal with today. Sit
I've
down.
been demoted?
Sit your ass down, Hal, and we are talking.
Yes, ma'am. Kind of walks in. You kind of see him look around for a second before picking a chair to sit in. So, we're talking.
I got abducted by the fucking. There's a secret keeper. There's a ninth keeper. His name's Roosevelt.
Interesting name.
President.
Yeah.
He's the keeper of the watch.
Okay.
I guess there are gods. I was right, and
Yes.
you were wrong.
Okay,
And there are gods,
Yeah.
and I was right.
That's
and-
no.
And,
Technically, I was also right because we are not gods, but
and
there are them. Yes.
you also said God wasn't real, and I was right anyway.
Anyway.
And she dumps more.
How many of those have you had?
Pa! Look,
That's
Uh-huh.
not the part.
why wasn't Blakeney at the meeting?
Why wasn't who? Okay, why wasn't Blakeney at the meeting? Because he's probably busy. I don't know. I assume.
Do none of you check on each other?
Look.
Does nobody in this council of people who run the fucking globe
Me,
pay
you know,
attention to each other?
Annika, you do know that me and Blakeney are not on the best of terms, right? He's pretty upset with me for the last keeper ghosting. You know that, right?
No, I don't. You know why, Hal? Because no one fucking tells me anything.
There
No
it is.
ever. I'm lucky I know that I can light fucking cigarettes with my fingers because I watched you do it to impress your boyfriend.
I learned it from watching you, Henry.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. So
The person next door is like, oh, she is so loud. I'm gonna make a noise complaint.
About 5 seconds later, you get a knock on the door.
Who is it now?
Oh no.
The door.
No,
I just fling the door open this time.
I didn't.
Go!
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Officer Briggs. I
Oh god damn it.
didn't know that you also were staying here. Your friends went out a little while ago. I assume you were just crashing here. Is everything all right? I just heard you raising your voice.
Arrest this man.
I'm on my period.
Oh
Right,
god.
Never mind. All right.
Slamming the door.
Oh God. Caleb.
Wait, why did that go?
I don't know. Right. You see. You guys don't see it, but
I will get a beverage real quick. I can't right now.
the people watching at home see a shot of Officer Briggs just kind of right and walking away. And he goes, "Okay, yes, I'm sorry. We've also not really sat down to talk about this because I thought I was gonna be dead a little longer than I ended up being. Also, you didn't like me back when we first had this conversation. Well,
You fucking told me never to talk to you again, so I
when
didn't.
did I do that?
When I was in your freaking mind palace or whatever.
Okay, I didn't
I
think that
gave
was
you the
what.
flask
Yes,
because I was trying to be a good friend, and you told me to never talk to you again,
right.
so I didn't.
That's fair, valid. You're right. But let's explain some things. Let's get you caught up to speed. So, you have the ability. You've already found out the stuff about emotions, being able to read them. You can also technically
I
mess
can
with
read them. I can scan through them. I can manipulate them, which, ha, hate that.
Yep.
And you know, I'm a soldering iron now, so that's fun.
You're a soldering iron.
One way of explaining it.
Oh, that's not. That's just. It's just your ability to fuel people's enjoyments. There's a bunch of other ones you can do too.
Like,
You understand that the words you said did not help me at all, right, Hal?
Yes, I understand that. I'd probably assume that you don't need to know them because you're not the type to go party animaling throughout crazy drug trips and stuff like that. It's not really
I
helpful
am.
to you because you're not that type of person. What is important to you is the fact that you can read emotions, you can write emotions, you can look through people's emotions in the past. You can also, if you want to, go through other... What's the word for it? You can learn things about people by studying their emotions and studying their emotional resonances. You can learn what
You
makes
can
them.
find out if they're melancholic, sanguine.
I hate you so much, Julian. I hate you.
Learn their Enneagram number, their MBTI score.
Yeah, no, but you can
Oh my gosh, I am INTJ.
you can learn.
I'm a philosopher. What are you? I'm a Sagittarius.
I can learn. You can not. I can learn. You can learn what makes them who they are and what would get them to do things. Essentially. So, those are also. things
So
you
I
do.
can manipulate people.
But
Manipulate
Yes.
such a dirty word.
yes, but no. You can. Yes, you can manipulate them. You can also just manipulate their emotions outright. The idea is that you can understand what they want. And if what they want is a good thing, then you can help them with it. If you don't want them to want that thing, you can adjust it if you want to. Or you can just say, not my type, not my thing, and leave it be. Point is, you can get a better read on them than you
I feel as
technically
if
can.
there should be like a tooltip somewhere. Your powers deal with your intent as you go through the story and your world. Your morality, the choices you make will affect your morality, which will affect
Paragon and
your
Renegade score.
ability.
I will remember that.
I'll remember all of this.
Hanukkah nods. She's like, okay. Yeah. I mean, some of this I had figured out, and some of it I was gonna figure out the hard way. Next. Keepers are disappearing. Why?
We don't know. I know that Skies has been missing for a good while now. You know that too. You know that, Blackney didn't come to the last one. And I don't know why. And nobody's been able to get in touch with him. And, Events has been trying to reach, Skies for the past 2 weeks now. We don't know. We're still looking into it, but I don't really know what that means because I'm in the middle of trying to handle all stupid amount of paperwork I have to do for death that I hate. I don't like this job, but I'm here.
Okay. Hal?
Yeah.
If I told you that there's a secret door by your chair at the table that goes into a weird bunker. Okay, so there's a secret door by your chair that goes to a weird bunker, and that's where Roosevelt's been for heck if I know how long. And only Alice can open the door because it's got Alice stuff in it.
So like technology.
And yeah,
Okay.
nerd shit. And
Yes.
so just the next board meeting we need to open that door.
Okay.
Roosevelt needs to talk to everyone.
Gotcha. We can make that happen. Assuming we can get that open.
If Alice is there, then we should be able to.
Unless Alice disappears next.
Right. Well, I have to go.
She was with me when I
Okay.
got freaking
Cool.
body snatched.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to pass a message to Vi?
I just talked to him not so long ago. I don't think we'll be okay. He decided to visit me in
Okay.
the Death Realm because,
But then why were you there to visit Vi?
Look,
I was
y'all can work out your stuff. I don't care.
I was mainly just here asking if he knew anybody out there so I could get a liaison type thing. But if he's not here, that's fine. I can always just talk to them myself.
All right. Are they safe?
As far as I know. Last time,
Great.
I mean, they seem to be. We'll see.
I'm gonna eat this crappy bagel before I throw up.
Please do. It's good to throw up, or good to eat something before
Good
you
to
throw
throw
up.
up.
Because throwing up's probably not great. Well, I mean, you'll feel better, but anyway. get some rest, because it sounds like you're drinking pretty hard right now, and it is about 2 in the afternoon. But yeah, we will open that door in the next meeting, and we'll find out what we need to do. Let's see what is actually happening to these keepers.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, it was good. I would say good seeing you, but I don't really see you, so good talking with you.
You don't see?
No, I'm blind.
Oh.
The man drove the car to your first keeper meeting, if you
Yeah,
remember.
You drove me.
I did.
You drove me in a car, Hal.
Yep, I did indeed.
Fuck you.
See you later, Annika. And he sees himself out.
And what do you see in this person again?
And a little while later,
You just had to find out.
the three of you arrive back at the apartment. I believe with Charles in tow.
Yeah. And
Oh,
that's
great.
when Vi did the whole explanation of the season 1 to Natalie and Charles.
And Darian went
Darian-
for a smoke, talked to Rosemary, who I joked may or may not be Officer Briggs' relative. Natalie followed after Darian, and then
I could easily have been like on a walk to clear my head while that happened,
Sure,
or
yeah.
getting water because I was very drunk.
You were. So we'll say it. You were stopping by the convenience store / gas station that is like across the street from this motel. And grabbing water.
Darian and Natalie had a talk about Darian feeling like he's the only normal person around here, and
Is totally reasonable.
Mhm.
and Vi and Charles was helping Vi clean up the ritual space.
Cool. So, I'd say, Annika, you walk back with a good number of waters in tow, as Natalie and Darian are wrapping up their conversation outside.
Hi.
I see you had a bad fucking day.
I got.
Keeper
Hi,
napped.
Hi, Natalie.
I
I don't really know how to explain the events of the past day to you.
I'm sure it's not the weirdest thing that has happened today.
That's right.
Yeah.
I look over at Darian and then look back at Natalie and like raise my eyebrows like, how much does she know?
Vi told her everything. That's not
Thank God. Okay. So
It
I just got
doesn't
dimension kidnapped.
right. She still doesn't understand.
Okay, that's fine. You don't need to understand. I don't understand either. Here, have some water. You want some water, Darian? Have some water. I have. She still has like 3 bottles of water under.
Darren looks at the bottle and wishes it was vodka.
Darian, do you have a suspicious amount of vodka missing from one of your bottles inside?
Well, he doesn't know that yet.
No.
He doesn't know that
And-
yet.
And then I came here, and y'all were gone, and that's fine. That's fine. And then Hal shows up. That's fine. That's great.
Well, we were
That's
gone
what I
because-
needed in my day.
Uh-huh.
And then
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I
Well-
don't know what next.
Well, we were gone because we met your
Annika, Jake is upstairs.
missing
What?
Son of a
Boyfriend?
bitch, I hoped that Vi would be the one to break the news, but not these two chuckle fucks.
your
Look, there's a lot of
Count-
weird circumstances on why he suddenly showed up. He has a different name he goes by. He doesn't remember a whole lot.
Did you? Is he?
Alive? Yeah.
We confirmed that he had the port on the back of his head, right? He's got the port, but that shouldn't matter.
Darian
anymore.
wouldn't know that. Natalie would.
What, the thingy? There's thingy.
Have you told his parents?
He told his parents.
And they're not rushing to come get him.
Well, they told him to take Greyhound to get over here, so I don't think they're very excited. It's really weird, actually.
They were so worried.
Yeah. I remember you telling me.
Yeah,
A lot of this shit doesn't add up.
no. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't, add up. But, I'm sure eventually Mac will follow through and come save us all.
If there's anyone that's going to be able to sort out what's going on in Charles's head, it's probably you.
Yeah,
If you want to
that's what I
talk to
heard.
him.
I think.
I mean, he's probably not even gonna remember me, so it's not like it matters.
I don't think he remembers anything, so. All he
No,
remembers,
this is just, this is about on par for today.
all he remembers was
Annika Montenegro on the very, very, very no good bad day.
all he remembers is waking up here.
What's he go by?
Charles.
Charles.
Jake was his actual name.
You know him as Jake.
Tyrion's like,
He goes by that. I'm still trying to
Alright.
catch up with everything.
Well,
They're up there, so
at the very least, the good thing about today is I got freaking Cliff's notes on what I can do. So,
maybe we can talk about that later.
yeah, or maybe I can give it a try. I'm gonna go open the door.
And yeah, the whole spell book is in Romanian, and
Interesting.
it's been a while since I've actually spoke it.
Why?
But Annika,
Hey, Vi. Hi, Charles.
where have you
Pleasure to meet you.
I've heard a lot about you.
give us a sec, Charles?
Heard a lot about you too. Sure.
I will pull Annika like outside, like where have
Looking-
you been?
glancing up at the stairs,
Oh.
seeing Annika go in and then go back out.
Fucking story. Short version is I got Dimension kidnapped, had a nice little chat with Hal, and got really, really drunk.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah, that's my ex-boyfriend, but he's assumed a new identity. His parents already
more
know.
so that he ripped out the implant maybe while he was conscious as Jake, and now goes by the name on his license, which is Charles. And the only reason I found him is because he was apparently in the room across from us, and I recognized him from the locket that you once showed me. And I may or may not have flubbed up the details because I don't know the full story between you two, but I wanted to help him, and I had this bad feeling that if he went back to quiet on his own,
It's
he
fine.
would.
It's fine, Vi. You did the right thing.
Look, I cannot begin to understand how you must feel right now. And whatever you decide to do with Charles, I'll back your play.
That doesn't sound like kind of obvious.
And
I'm just gonna try and find Jake. That's what I've always been planning on doing.
do you want some time alone?
You can be here, it's fine. He knows you. That'll be comforting to him.
Okay. I'll be in a second. I just gotta. There's. Okay.
I step in and I sort of sit cross-legged across from Jake.
Vi will go to Darian.
Darian's still hanging out with Natalie.
Normies.
I'm sorry.
He's smoking. For what?
You're handling the whole coyotes thing, and I shouldn't have intervened. I should have let you handle it. And I guess I just got used to being the whole magic person, and I can't believe that I never thought of asking you about your history with mysticism or anything, and it was shitty of me to talk down to you and be shitty to you. And this entire road trip is we're supposed to be having fun, but everything around us is literally crashing into one another. So I'm sorry, and I want to be better to you. I promise to be better to you, and I'm failing. I'm sorry, Darian.
He waves a hand. He's like, look, my mom told me about Amakua, but I'd never seen one before. I don't even know if that's what it's even categorized as. If you want to know about that kind of stuff, from what I know, we can, talk about it on the road. It's fine.
Maybe we can cross-reference and get an answer into what it actually is.
Yeah. He flicks some ash from
I
a
know
cigarette.
nobody wants to know what my opinion is, but that was a mass hallucination.
Might as well.
You'll get there, Natalie.
Is she okay?
She is, I think she's dealing, but, I'm not the one who reads emotions, so.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be in there to help her, or help Charles be comfortable while she maybe tests some of whatever she's gonna do.
He kind of creases a brow at that, and he goes, "Oh, well, we'll just stay out here then."
Is everything okay?
Other than the fact that someone got murdered next door.
And no one's told Annika that part yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happened.
Yeah, Darian purposely didn't load more information onto Annika when
And
she
neither
came
did
over.
Vi.
Yeah, he just said, "Hey, your ex is here. It's gonna hold off on everything else later." I gotta contact Gavin to give him a lead to get over here.
Oh, remember to give Gavin my number. I may have found some information that might help him.
Information you can't tell me.
Well, no, because I talked to Hal and he wants to talk to Gavin because it's a whole. It's this investigation thing, okay? I'm just trying to help. Something that I really haven't been doing lately, or doing to a specific group of people that I don't really think gives a shit about me. So, sorry if this is all
It's
keeper centric.
It's fine. If the Keeper of the Dead wants to help Gavin figure out when and where people died, then that's like, I don't know, like a game genie to an Interpol agent.
I haven't used Game Genie in ages.
It's like somebody using a Game Shark and adding codes, yeah.
Yeah, Game Shark's probably the more.
Yeah.
I keep thinking that we're more in the 90s than in the 2000s.
We're in 2006.
We should be in 1996.
Oh man, Game Genies. I miss video games.
I have some in the back of my van.
But Darian, are we okay?
Yeah, no, we're fine. I get why you did what you did. And I'm not exactly an expert.
But that doesn't necessarily mean we don't need you.
Well, maybe when we have more, I don't know, robotic monstrosities, then maybe I'll be good at something.
Hey. And Vi will kind of like walk down the steps kind of and like start to face Darian. If it wasn't for you, me, Annika, and Willie, we wouldn't have handled the whole organism thing well.
Yeah, we still haven't talked about that. Out of character.
We need you here. And I don't have the words to or the understanding of your perspective. But I'm glad you came back into my life.
I'm not going anywhere unless this gets worse. And he kind of gestures to all the kind of.
Well, once we get out of here, it should be easier. But
Providing people that I know don't have influence in Louisiana. I really hope they don't.
well,
Really fucking hope
if
they
they do, we'll deal with it as a team and as friends.
He just kind of like, he takes like a really long drag from his cigarette at that. And he's like, Vi, I would really prefer if you guys didn't get involved with that.
Then, if you want, we won't get involved and we'll move on. But the whole thing, I guess my whole point is that we're here for the long run. We're here for you. And yeah, I've been a shitty friend, and I'm trying to find words to make it so that I'm not a shitty friend, and I'm bad at it. So.
Well, it's okay because Darian's really bad at taking apologies anyway.
That
Just
is a
kinda-
loaded comment, and we are not going to go into that right now.
Darian is just like, all right, I need a drink. And he just kind of just stands up and kind of goes back to the door, knocks briefly. Can I come in and grab my vodka?
Yeah, there's like a third of a bottle left.
The door opens very quickly. Stares at you.
Look, it's been a sucky day, Darian.
Vi just kind of looks at Natalie. I mean, I thought I did my best there.
He's just very, very privileged.
Well, we'll
I'm
talk
gonna-
about
I'm gonna
that.
have
We'll just buy
Monica with her thing.
we'll buy better
I'll
vodka
spot you.
later. No, it's
We'll
don't worry about
fill
it.
you
It's
in,
fine.
and we'll deal with the whole mass hallucination theory later, if that's okay.
I'm pretty solid on that theory, actually.
And I
Okay.
think when you come in, she's like got her hands on Charles's wrists, and she just kind of looks up like, "Yeah, today sucked."
Thank you for the host, Shane.
Yay. But yeah, Darren won't he's not gonna bother the whole situation. Kind of more like mouths like, are you okay? Before kind of taking his leave.
Vi will step into the room and close the door behind him after sort of like placing a kind of patting Darian on the shoulder and
Charles
sitting
is,
next to Charles.
sitting across from Annika, who's sat cross-legged on the bed, and both of his both are just one.
Both.
Both wrists are in Annika's palms, faced up, and he's just kind of sitting there, kind of awkwardly positioned, but just kind of trying to find a comfortable way to exist in this space physically.
Vi's gonna sit next to Charles and kind of place a hand on his shoulder, like, "Hey, it's gonna be okay. She's gonna help you figure out a few things, okay?"
I'm gonna do my best. I can't promise anything, but
That's okay. I mean, anything helps. So
I'm gonna ask you a couple questions first, just to. You're going by Charles right now, yeah?
Yeah, it's on my driver's license, so it's what I know as my name. So
You've never seen me before.
not that I can recall. But are you the Annika they were talking about earlier?
I am.
Then we have a history, right?
You could say that.
Okay. Then I'm sorry, I guess. This is
Don't-
probably not gonna
Don't
help at all.
apologize.
Yeah. Anyway.
It doesn't. You're not him. Not right now.
Okay. I'm
Can I
Not
roll and
sure.
empathize on that comment? You're not him right now. Wait.
Technically, true.
Technically true, but I would like to roll and empathize real quick on Annika. I think I'm still scared and exhausted because we have not like slept, and Vi hasn't talked to Jasper yet. Here.
I say, Annika, are you hiding anything?
I don't know. It'll really depend on what he asks.
Let's see.
One success.
One success. You get to ask 2 questions.
Has to tell the truth.
What does she want?
Annika wants to use her emotion scanning powers, her emotional history scanning powers, to try and find Jake's memories inside of this person.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm. Could I? With the question. Does the second question deal with generic bonus effects, or do I?
No, those are strictly from the list because you did not roll bonus successes.
Gotcha. What does she feel?
It's a mix. You can see on her face this is hard for her. This is the man who broke her heart.
Yeah.
But this is also not the man who broke her heart. This is a confused person who has no memory and is just trying to get by. And that's why she doesn't want the apology from him. If she wants an apology, she wants it from somebody who's fully cognizant of what was done.
Do you want me to sit by Jake or Charles? Sorry. Kind of.
Sit wherever's most comfortable for him. You know him better than you know me right now, and I'm just gonna.
Was that to Vi?
No, that was to Charles.
Oh.
We're just gonna do our best, see what we can find, okay?
Is it cool if I sit here, Charles?
Yeah, sure. I mean, go for it. It's not gonna bother me any.
And she's going to try to do the deep dive like she did with
Open mind meld, yeah.
yeah, like she did with Darian the night before. And she's got her trapper keeper open.
Okay.
And is just, if he has anything brass on him, she'll touch that, but otherwise she's just touching his hands.
Yeah, nothing on him immediately is brass. So I would like a. What did I use for that last roll? I'm trying to remember.
think it was a.
Wouldn't it be empathy check since we're
Usually,
trying to-
it's usually either empathize or contact that you have me use.
I think it was. I think
Yeah.
empathize would probably be the one that makes most sense.
Yeah.
And then you get your bonus for attractive people.
Because I think you use contact mostly for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I use contact when I'm talking to people with brass stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm like conference calling.
It has been a month.
It's been a while.
All right, I got nothing, so I'm going to push to upset
Okay.
and
I
reroll
will-
-1.
We'll include that in our narrative here in a moment.
I mean, I don't think it's at all a leap to say that Annika's upset right
it's
now.
Yeah,
just
no,
like,
I don't think that
Upset
at all.
is right. Upset is right here, and Annika's just like boop.
Nothing. Not a
Nothing?
blessed
Ooh.
freaking thing.
All right. Then you get to ask one question off of empathize, and I may or may not lie to you.
All right. Let me get that cheat sheet up. Let me get that cheat sheet up. Ba-doo, ba-doo. How can I make him remember?
How can I make him remember? You. Do you mean that for you specifically, or his memories in general?
His memories in general.
Okay. You make him remember. If you spent enough time working with his emotions and pulling on the resonances that are there, you could probably get his emotions to line back up. And in theory, push his memory to remember things that are currently just sitting maybe in the subconscious. But you would have to manipulate parts of his emotions to do so.
you have to do the thing you don't like to.
I think. Can I narrate this?
I believe you can, yes. I don't see a reason not to.
I think I get in. And I see where all of it is. And you know in Minority Report, like the touch key, the touch computer that's so freaking
Ren doesn't
cool.
watch films.
I don't watch
Ah!
films, so...
Okay. You're familiar with the idea of like a holographic touch interface, right?
Yeah. So it's like
Like,
a
it's
giant screen type thing. You
Yeah.
you can pull
And so there's like
yeah.
pictures of all of these things,
Mhm.
and I just reach out. But because it's me,
Mhm.
the first thing that I would pull on is the thing that's the strongest emotional connection to me. And it's a picture of the fight that we had at the apartment
Mhm.
that he was going to share with me.
Mhm.
And I look at it, and I would have to make him relive that first. And the first thing he would remember is hating me. And I let it go.
And you reach out, and just before you grasp it, you realize, as you back out of his emotion and his emotional kind of resonances and palace, he looks a little concerned by the upset that is immediately crossed on your face for a brief second, before composures take over, and he goes, "Is something wrong?" Did I do something wrong?
You're fine, Charles. You did great. You did everything right.
Are you
The good news, I'm fine. The good news is that Your memories are in there. We're gonna be able to get you back to normal, but it's gonna take more work than I can do by myself.
Okay, is there like specialists for this sort of thing? Are you a specialist for this sort of thing? And it just is
Oh,
not.
I'm definitely not.
Okay.
But I'm gonna find out how to help you. Okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna find out how to help you. And until then, we're gonna get you to quiet
Oh,
so you
okay.
can be with your family.
All right. That sounds
Are
good.
you
Yes.
sure that's... I don't think that's a good idea right now.
Okay, well, what was your plan? Bye. Is he
Well,
gonna
it
road trip
sounds-
with us across the country?
Maybe to another location until we can sort of figure out what's going on. Maybe there are some mystics in Louisiana that I could
Do you-
potentially consult.
Annika, do you still have your trap keeper open?
Yeah.
You see some on a blank page that you have open. You see some quick writing in very scribbled stuff, saying, "I could take him if needed, Roosevelt."
Fuck!
What's
Darian,
whoa,
I need some of that vodka.
what's going on? Why are we
That
busting
shit's
up
probably
on
gone.
And I think at this point, I can't do this. I can't do this right now. I can't do this right now. I can't.
I'm sorry.
going outside.
I'm sorry. And
No,
Charles
you're
told it-
fine, Charles. It's not your fault. You're fine.
Okay.
Annika?
Right.
And she just goes outside and like puts her head between her knees, like taking deep breaths.
Jesse, where did we go?
I mean, we could probably still be by the stairs.
You are 2 steps down.
Yeah, you guys are down the stairs. But
Or
As-
in the car drinking, since the cops will probably get mad at us because we look like we're not.
yeah, that might be the best place for you guys to not get caught drinking.
Okay, so we're technically not there.
I would say Annika certainly isn't quiet, so you're able to see it from where you're sitting. Because I assume I'll also say the car is parked with the windows facing towards the front windshield, like facing towards like the motel. So you're able to see her come out. But also, as Annika is coming out, and there's that, you see one of the officers kind of step over and kind of lean down, and Annika, you kind of hear the boots step up, and then this person kind of lean over, kind of like, "Are you all right, miss?"
On my period.
You said this morning, and I just wanted to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, I'm having a really shitty day, officer. But I'm not like in physical danger. I just need to freaking cry. Can you give me some air?
I can give you all the space you need. I just was wondering if there's anything.
I imagine like Darian's like in the middle of like kind of like standing up and he hears that and he just kind of just sits back down.
I was
Go.
just wondering if talking would help, but if not, I'll give you space.
No offense, officer, but I'm probably gonna want to talk to not a perfect stranger.
I am neither perfect. Well, I'm not perfect, and that's also reasonable. I was just wondering. Sometimes a ear from outside the situation helps. But I'll leave you be. I apologize for bothering you again. Have a good evening, though.
Officer Briggs is out here just trying his best, and Vi is the only one who's been nice to him. Like,
Darian doesn't talk to this guy for a good reason.
which is, considering from 2020 eyes, rather ironic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you are left to cry. Natalie, Darian, you both see Annika sitting outside.
Oh, stop. I don't even know if she wants to talk to anybody. Look,
What do you think?
I don't know. And he just gets up. He goes to like the trunk where he probably kept like his guitar or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He pulls that out and he just goes over, hands you the last bit of the vodka, and just
Anyway,
kind of
here's Wonderwall.
yeah. And he just sits next to you, and he'll just say, "You want to listen to anything?"
Yeah. Something fucking angry.
Angry, like Cannibal Corpse angry, or like System of a Down angry.
Well, dealer's choice.
Kind of like he taps the guitar briefly, and he's like, "I don't think this is gonna handle Cannibal Corpse."
Yeah, fair.
Fucking nerd.
He's a rocker. What do you expect?
That's his fucking skin.
Yeah. And I think he'll try, maybe I can like roll something to see if I play something that fits the right mood for you.
You could make a.
Ooh. Could I
Could
make a
be-
suggestion?
If you want
You
to
can make a
clear a
suggestion.
condition, that's a lead check.
I was gonna say, yeah, if you're trying to make Annika feel better, like get rid of conditions, make it a lead check.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I'm not good at that, and I have 2 conditions, so I would automatically have 0 dice.
Oh no.
I haven't talked to Gavin yet.
But you would roll. So you would roll 1 dice.
Yeah, you roll a minimum of 1 die, regardless of
Yeah.
how many dice you're missing.
And then if I fail, then our relationship worsens, and then I get the same condition.
you can
I
roll a
was
lead.
suggesting it because I thought that would be kind of
The only thing that I can do is using my shame for an auto success, for at least 1 auto success on that.
You could do that if you want to.
What's your shame?
I'm the reason everything falls apart. So it would kind of be him trying to go against the shame, being like, okay, well, maybe if I try to be there, maybe everything won't fall apart. So I'll roll the 1 lead. I think that literally makes it 0 dice.
Well,
You
even if
still roll
you still
one.
roll 1, even no matter how many dice you should be missing
Yeah.
in your pool.
You always.
Yeah.
If you have 0, you roll a minimum of 1 dice.
I didn't get any successes on that, so I'll just have to use the shame.
Okay, you'll check your shame and use that as an auto success for this lead to clear a condition. Cool. So I would say you play it well enough to calm Annika's upset.
Maybe it's Tool. Maybe you were just looking for Tool this whole time.
Maybe it is Tool. I think Tool might be
I think she
Maybe the true
Kinda
reward was
vibes
the
with
tool
it.
we found along the way.
a little
Yeah.
bit, and she's like, I could have done it.
What'd you say?
I could have done it. I could have fixed him right then.
But you didn't.
No,
That's not the kind of person you are. You don't just force solutions to happen.
I would have had to. He would have had to relive my worst memory with him.
The fight, right?
Every second of it. And that would have been, then he would have opened his eyes and looked at me, and it would have been like we were right there all over again, and I couldn't do it.
You don't have to.
This wasn't supposed to.
He kind of
Okay.
like, he tries to play something like more like mellow
Yeah.
now.
What good is being a fucking demigod if all I can do is force things on people that they don't want?
Howl from the ether.
Maybe you're
Howlin'
thinking.
by from the ether. It's fine.
I wouldn't consider it. I wouldn't consider your powers something that you even necessarily have to do. Or if you can use them, maybe there's a different way you can. Without forcing someone to relive memories lost or to force somebody to feel something. I mean, there's other ways to navigate around lost memories, feelings, even if this has to do with this incursion.
Yeah.
Not to say that you're a licensed psychologist either, but there's other ways around it than just strong arming a situation. And I'm kind of glad that you didn't.
Really?
I mean, if you did, then it's kind of like a slope. It just gets easier to keep using those kind of powers.
It's not who I want to be.
He stops for a moment and he goes, Annika, I don't even know why I'm asking this because you're just going to tell me no, and that's not what you do, but you know that you don't have to keep this, right?
It's not. It's not something you can just hand off.
It is. And he kind of half turns towards you. You could just name another name. You could name some person on the street that you don't even know. There would just be a shitty catch. And then he just kind of like slouches back and keeps fucking with the guitar. Interesting. How does Darian know this information?
Pretty sure that's what everybody's thinking right now.
Even
You
if
could-
that's true,
You wouldn't do it.
there's too much at stake.
That's what I told her.
Told who?
Kind of strums a bit. Events.
She talked to you?
Hal gave me her number, remember?
Yeah. Gosh. It's been so much.
Gosh, doesn't that feel like 6 months ago?
Hey, Darian, I need you to make me a contact roll, please.
Oh, great. Cool. No, I'm not going to roll any successes until I talk to my anchor.
No successes?
No.
Okay. Annika, as he's strumming, the color of his guitar changes. The wood. It's made out of different wood. Just, you blink and it's not the same color it was like just a moment ago.
The fuck is hitting different.
Darian, what did you put in the alcohol? I don't know. Ask Natalie.
Why don't we have orange juice? Wait.
Not my fault.
And look, if and when I unload this, it'll be to somebody who's gonna do it right. now that I know what I can do,
Gonna take interviews?
wouldn't that be a pretty picture?
Nah, it looks like a shit show to me. And he looks down at his guitar, and I'm assuming that I always knew that it was this color, right?
Yeah, it definitely was that color. It was the way you got when you got it after you had to replace your first guitar.
Right. I mean, this is the acoustic one after all. I couldn't bring my electric one
No.
and all my equipment.
Yeah.
That would be too much.
Yeah, but when you picked up this one, it was always that nice, deeper wood color. It's one of the things you liked about it, actually.
Mm-hmm. But if and when that happens, but for now, we'll just keep doing what we can, trying to enjoy this road trip.
Yeah.
Kind of, he'll gesture his, over to a couple doors down, and he'll say, "The reason why the cops were here is because someone died.
Fucking what?
I don't know the details. I didn't talk to the cops. Just that someone got, and there may be something similar to what Gavin's looking for. So
Oh, okay.
I presume Gavin will end up coming here probably by the time we leave.
Do you wanna stay so you can see him?
Not exactly a cop. Unless he kind of like leans down to kind of see if there's anyone actually at the door.
2 doors down, you see kind of sitting on a chair that looks like he's been pulled in from one of the other rooms is Officer Briggs, the individual that I talked with earlier this afternoon, or morning, actually, excuse me. He seems pretty alright. Looks like he probably took a nap at some point and is covering the night shift for whoever's watching it. So,
Isn't it a smooth 5 in the afternoon?
yeah, it's getting.
I thought it was the evening by this point.
I
But
figured it was
whoopsie.
evening at this point.
Whoopsie
Yeah.
doodle.
So
Time.
time is a thing.
I don't know, unless you want to use your powers to prevent nefarious evil by making him fall asleep. I don't think I'm gonna bother with it.
At this point, we're not taking off tonight, for sure.
No. Have we decided what's gonna happen with Charles?
I wants to bring him with us.
I understand why. Kind of.
Is something waiting for him in quiet?
Let's just say that we all got the sense that something bad would happen to him if he went back to quiet, or that he might not make it. I got the vibe that he wouldn't even make it to the Greyhound station.
The guy who fucking kidnapped me earlier sent me a text?
Y'all ever seen Harry Potter?
Y'all know Tom Riddle.
That who?
And he
Yeah,
said he could-
who the fuck is this guy? He suddenly looks offended at that.
Roosevelt.
Like Theodore Roosevelt?
No, just one word like Madonna. It's
What a shitty pen name.
anyway, he's like a secret keeper. There are secret keepers now.
His head kind of tips a little bit at that.
Like
All right.
keepers of secrets or keepers that are secrets?
Keepers that
Oh,
are
yeah?
secret. Yeah, he lives in a secret door. And he freaking body snatched me and Aunt Alice to let us know we're part of his new special project.
Did you ask him if he's always been this secret keeper?
He says he's been it for a long time, long enough that the other keepers have forgot about him. And he can't get out of his door. He has this whole Batcave situation going on. It's wild.
Kind of like just slow blinks at that. He makes a mental note of everything that you're kind of saying. Oh, all right, and
What the fuck is a keeper? Addendum 27.
that is still my drive. What the fuck is a keeper? All right.
Anyway,
And-
he wants us to open his door so that he can talk to the other keepers about, I don't know, eldritch gods maybe? I'll be honest, I was panicking at that point. But there's wild other crap happening, but he did specifically ask me to look for weird loop stuff that was happening, and Charles in there is weird loop stuff. He might be able to help.
Kind of like he like leans back and kind of like looks back towards their, our where our hotel room door is, and rubs his chin. If you're looking for more loop stuff, why don't we just go back home? The Hoover Dam, that's where all the big flooding happened. That's not far from here.
Well, first off, because I don't want to.
Um,
Second, because he also told me to enjoy my road trip, so I'm taking that as paid vacation, baby. I actually don't know if I get a salary.
That's oddly 2020 of you.
Come through, paid vacation, Annika. Find your bliss.
All right, so we're supposed to look out for loop shit while you're on your paid-for vacation.
Yeah, I actually don't know if it's. I don't know if I get money for that.
No,
I don't know how any of these
No, you
people
don't.
make money.
you don't.
I'll pay for that whole fucking apartment for a year. Where's that?
Hal probably beguiled people into giving them their credit card and social security numbers.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Rude.
Probably
Accurate.
true.
It's a little more nuanced than that, but yeah.
The fact that he's been alive for so long. What'd you do? Put your money in Apple? In the stock exchange. Look, we'll keep an eye out. If anything weird happens, then
And as for
You're-
Charles, he can come. It's fine. It's not Jake.
all right. And as long as you're okay with that. He's like staring at you.
You would have to roll an empathize to see if she's lying.
Let's see how poorly I roll again. No, I'm not gonna get any successes until
Ask
it's.
one question. Ronnie can lie to you.
What does she feel?
It's obviously not ideal, but she's made peace with it.
All right. And if he fucking pulls anything, then just throw him out on the road.
All right.
He kind of like he like does like the weird awkward like I'm gonna touch you, no, don't touch you, and then he just kind of
She
pats
just
you.
she fully comes and gives Darian a hug. Like, thanks.
He's holding like very awkwardly because the guitar is in his lap. Yeah, no problem.
I'm gonna go. I think Vi was worried. I'm gonna go let him know I'm okay.
gonna buy more vodka.
Yeah, it was really cheap vodka.
Yeah, well, Smirnoff is kind of bottom of the barrel, I guess. Yeah, go. He kind of just he like waves you off. His head is down as he's doing this, so that his hair kind of covers his face a bit for no particular reason whatsoever.
Dramatic
Definitely
effect.
not.
Yeah.
Definitely not blushing of any kind.
No,
Um,
just tears. Just kidding.
yeah, so I go back in. I'm sorry.
You okay?
Yeah. I'm not okay. This is a lot. Today's sucked. Hey, today's sucked. Bye.
If you want, I can take him back to quiet.
No. If it's not safe, it's not safe. I have a weirdly enough, maybe a specialist.
Okay. Who is the specialist? Look, you don't have to tell me. It's okay.
I'll tell you. Just it might be better if Charles gets some fresh air.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll step out if yeah. Sorry. He kind of awkwardly sees himself out real quick.
You're okay.
Yeah. Look, the guy who abducted me earlier was a keeper.
What?
A keeper who doesn't show up to the secret keeper, okay? There's more keep. It's been a day.
Stressful day.
Yeah.
Got it.
Anyway, he's Roosevelt, the keeper of the watch, and he's got like
You hear a quick knock from the bathroom door.
and he might be here. Maybe.
What?
I don't know. And I open the bathroom door.
And stepping through it is a tallish individual with kind of androgynous features and black hair that is cut asymmetrically.
This is Roosevelt.
Yeah, I was
Have
listening.
you been there this entire time?
No, I just walked through the other door from my.
If you can do this, why didn't you do what?
It's
Annika, breathe. Okay.
Like already needs more vodka.
You're the secret keeper specialist guy.
Specialist is a rough term, yes. Kind of. Hi, I'm Roosevelt. I body snatched
Vincent.
Annika. Yeah, pleasure to meet
Love to
you,
meet you.
Vincent. Oh, you're okay. Gotcha.
I'm what?
I'm gonna let Hal finish that statement. Don't ask me.
Okay.
So wait,
Just like
wait. This motherfucker got locked in there recently because they know who Vi is.
Or they've been keeping watch while being completely and utterly.
They're in a room with a bunch of
Trapped.
computer monitors.
This is bullshit. He can fucking leave whenever he wants.
Look, maybe the other keeper of engines screwed him over. Who knows? We don't know yet.
Yeah, Alice is dead.
Roosevelt's just like this.
Yeah,
But the
I'm
point is,
awkward and don't know most social manners. Sorry.
Don't.
Roosevelt
worry.
also is interested in loop tech that's working after all the loop tech stopped working.
Yes, loop tech that worked after stop keeps working after all the loop tech hysterically should be stopped because of the flood.
Okay.
And
Well,
that
you might
is
be
tied.
interested in this huge ass implant I found in Charles's room that he ripped out.
yeah, probably it might be a little bit useful. It might be good if we're trying to give him his memories back. Which from
Thing is, he doesn't know that I broke into his open room.
cool. I mean, I'm sure he's really cognizant about who's breaking into his rooms. If you left them unlocked.
Annika, can you keep him distracted, maybe? Or
Well, I can just take it back with me and look at it in my stuff. My stuff will have all the tools I need anyway. So.
Chest is underneath the bed.
Okay, cool. I'll just stop by there.
Ignore the journal and the
Ignore
hoodie.
journal. Okay, cool. Grab the journal and the hoodie. Got it.
Okay.
Okay. But the point is, maybe we should send Charles with him.
Yeah, I mean, if you want him out of your hair.
I don't want him
If I
out
was
of
to get
anybody's hair.
closer
Well,
to
not
Roosevelt
like
and
perfectly.
look them straight in the eye. Are you actually going to help him?
I'm not going to hurt him. I'm going to help him by keeping him alive and safe because I'm not that level of fucked up. I am a keeper. I'm not one of the old gods.
Yeah, that's another thing. We're gonna table that for later, Vi.
Vi kind of like just is still staring at Roosevelt. Can I roll an empathize on Roosevelt?
You certainly can try. It will be very difficult. You will need
Cool.
2 successes to pass.
No.
How much you get?
No.
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 Okay. Do you want to push that roll or
Nah,
Okay.
I'm
ask
already.
me one question? I can lie to you.
Are they lying to me?
As far as you can tell, they're probably telling the truth. But it's this person that you've only met like maybe 20 minutes ago, so really, how far can you judge them?
Okay then. Sure. We'll let Charles go with you. However,
Want me to keep him with me in the office?
we will have a
or-
conversation with Charles and you together so he understands what's going on.
Okay.
That, and if I find out that you've hurt him,
Again, why would I?
if I do, I've already dimension hopped several times in my life.
Okay. That should be
I'll
Good then.
find a way to get to you, and you'll
Not that
regret
hard.
it.
probably not, because I'm sure you can get Annika to just let you in.
Wait, we can all go into the fucking void now?
Not by yourselves.
Look, I'll explain this to Charles. Okay?
Okay.
Are you sure?
Also,
Yeah.
point
We
of
can do
should be
this
me.
together.
point of clarification. Hi, Roosevelt here. Am I keeping him at the
Hi,
office, or am I
Roosevelt.
taking him back to Quiet? What am I doing with him?
Don't take him to Quiet.
Okay.
Don't
Wait,
take
wait,
him to
do I take
Quiet.
him anywhere, or just do I have him hang out with me and have him learn the ropes?
Have him hang out in the computer monitor room.
You can figure out how to get his memories back.
All right. Do I
And
That would be-
what that
selective with the memories, or
No.
Okay.
All of them.
and what that implant could potentially mean, seeing as it's bigger than the ones we saw.
Ooh, interesting. Bigger than the ones you guys saw. You saw one of these before? These implants?
You
They're in
could
the
say
entire
that,
town.
Roosevelt. Yeah.
Okay.
They're in the entire town, Roosevelt.
Oh, okay.
He was
They're-
running from them.
Okay, so he's running from people. Okay, gotcha. There was people that were putting implants in these things. Okay, cool.
The things that you know about me and the things that you don't know about me are genuinely unsettling.
I'm not gonna ask anything because they
works. Really, whatever you want to call me. I'm not preferential.
they have suggested that Hal finishes that sentence, so fine. Do you want me to get Charles so you three can talk this over and whatnot? Or shall we
Okay.
wait until tomorrow? Because it is getting incredibly late and it's been a crazy day that we still need to fill you in on, Annika. Especially about coyote spirits.
Fucking what?
Yep.
We can talk about it over breakfast if you'd like.
I'll go get Charles.
So, you're the keeper of the watch?
Where is? Hold on. I'm trying to.
Or watch? Or watching?
There we go.
The naming convention is...
I am Keeper of the Watch. My name is Roosevelt. I watch over the things that keep the old gods in their places and in their realities, not in here, destroying humanity and stuff.
Gotcha. So... how long have you potentially had oversight or not oversight over this merry band of...
About 8 hours, give or take. Minus some delving into the logs to see if I caught anything else on my usual watching.
And what have you learned in that 8 hours, if I may ask?
A lot. Not a lot, really, honestly, compared to how long people's humans' lifespans are and what you can remember about something. Not a lot. Not much. Enough to get a basic understanding of the four of you and Charles. Well, not really Charles, but kind of Charles. But yeah.
Hal once told me that my whole thing is separate from your whole thing as keepers. Was that true?
Your whole thing, you are a witch of sorts.
Short answer, and the rest don't really know that. The whole reason that I can do magical stuff is that my grandmother was an asshole and decided to return an artifact to a goddess. And if she didn't, I would not be any sort of... Well, I wouldn't be normal, but it wouldn't be...
do you have any more like records or information on that? Because that's kind of maybe a little concerning. Or is that all through...
Vi opens the book that was in the middle of the candle circle and pulls out a few pages that he has translated from Romanian. This is all that I know.
All that you know.
Basically, my grandmother returned an artifact. The goddess Sira, who was a goddess of fate and change, apparently, decided to say, hey, thank you, and I will have magic for your generations. Congratulations. And you'll have to do rituals and whatnot. And I guess the whole magic thing wasn't bloodline based, it was gift based.
But not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, well, I'm not exactly going to continue the bloodline, so.
Everything has to come to an end. So,
Oh. Can I check upset?
if you want to. Right. So, your stuff. Yes, your stuff is different than the Keeper's stuff. Keepers are a newer magic. Yours sounds older and less complicated. So.
Wow. Okay. Well, that makes sense, I guess.
I mean, what kind
Honestly, you know where all this power is coming from. We have no idea where all the keeper stuff is coming from. For as far as we know, yours is the most straightforward power we got.
Yep.
Yeah.
The thing is, and I don't know why, I used to have to speak backwards to do the whole incantation thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
None of my family had to. It was only me.
Yep.
And that hasn't worked lately.
Oh, interesting.
Ever since I passed my trial. And I don't know why I'm telling...
Why are you telling me this? It's a lot of backstory for you.
I don't know.
For a complete stranger, yeah, totally.
I guess it's because I sense the same neuroses similar neuroses that I've had to deal with, and kindred spirits, I suppose.
Yikes.
Yikes indeed.
Yikes. That's disappointing. So you decided to explain it all to me because you think I need to know that?
Well, I mean, if you're going to look into it, as much information as you can.
No, I was really caring about where your grandmother got it from, not why you have it or what you do with it. The reason I asked about your grandmother is because you say goddess, and I'm worried that might be tied to an old god, and if that's tied to an old god, then we have more problems than we already had starting out with this.
Well, fuck me, I guess.
I mean, I don't need to.
Wow.
Okay, so where is Annika?
Hard cut to Annika getting Charles.
Hi.
Charles.
Yeah.
Hey, okay. So there's this... When we go back to the room, there's gonna be this really weird guy.
Okay, weirder than anybody else I met today, or?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know who all you've met today, I'll be honest.
I met Vi, I met Darian, I met Natalie, which all of them are really cool. Natalie seems the most, like, realistic, but anyway. Then I met you, which we have a not weird thing. Yeah, I don't know. And then I met Coyote, who was really a spirit of some kind, which Natalie
Okay,
says a mass
we're getting
hallucination.
about on par with Coyote level here, okay?
Cool.
So there's gonna be a guy,
Uh-huh.
and he's gonna probably walk you through the bathroom door at the hotel, and then you're gonna be in a different place, okay?
Yeah,
I need
bathroom.
to make a roll. Ooh, okay. Oh, you walk me through a bathroom door. Oh. I feel like I've
It's
done
like-
that before.
You've what?
Like I walk through a door and it doesn't go to where you're supposed to go. You go somewhere else.
You remember that?
I don't really remember that. I just remember the idea of it. I don't remember actually going
Okay,
anywhere.
That's good.
feel like
That's
I've
good.
done that
Hold on to
before.
that. Hey, hold
Okay.
on to that, okay?
Yeah.
Just keep that close. It's gonna be important. This guy Roosevelt, he knows a little bit about the thing that was in you
Mhm.
and about, well, a lot of weird stuff. He's a weird guy. I'm not gonna pull any punches. I don't expect your time with him to be enjoyable. But
Okay,
he might know something. He might be able to help you. He'll certainly do better than me,
No, I mean,
and he'll be able to keep you safe.
oh, okay. I mean, that's fine. So I assume I'm not going with you guys then.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Cool. All right.
Is that
I mean,
what you want?
I don't know. I don't really know what I'd like, because this, if this is the easiest way you guys think to get my memory back because of how weird it is, and that'd probably be the best thing to do, so I can get my memory back and keep moving forward with what my life was supposed to be like before all this. So.
I take out the broken locket and I put it in his hand, and I close his hand around it. You like basketball. Your favorite team's the Lakers. You like daiquiris, but you won't let any of the guys know. You'd punch them in the dick if they ever found out. You hate poetry. But you'll read it if you think it impresses somebody. You like the ocean. You love to surf. You like loud music, louder motorcycles. You like nice suits, nice views, nice dresses on girls. Your favorite color is orange. Your little sister is your favorite person in the whole world. We're gonna get you back, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Come on.
I'm kind
I'll
of,
introduce you to Roosevelt.
If I don't get a chance to see them before they leave, can you tell Darian and Natalie and, well, Liza and I still see him, but tell them thank you for what they have done.
Of course.
Cool. Thanks. And then he'll walk inside with you, Roosevelt, as he's finishing up that zinger of a line.
Where the hell is Annika with Charles?
All right, Roosevelt.
Yeah. Oh, is this Charles? Ah.
This is Charles.
Hey, Charles.
Hey. Hi. Pleasure to meet you, Roosevelt. I'm Charles. You are supposed to be helping me with things. Yes. Yes, I am. Awesome. Well, I will go collect those things, drop him off real quick, get my stuff, grab the things from the place that we talked about, and get cracking.
Great.
Good luck.
Thanks. In theory, shouldn't be too hard, but we'll find out. I will try to find a phone as well on my way home, so I don't have to just write weird messages in your key.
There's a
phone with a
corner
C.
store.
Corner store track phone with a C. Got it. He has a small pad of paper that he's been loosely writing some of the notes down from his conversation with Vi, and he writes 2 more things in it, and then closes it.
All right.
Vi is gonna walk up to Charles. I really wish you could have come with us to Louisiana.
That's all right. I mean, if they've got a plan and a way to get it, if they've got something cool to, get my memory back, and they have, the ways to unlock this stuff, that's the important part, right?
Who knows? Maybe when we get back, you'll be, well, I guess your old self, and maybe we can start this over again.
Yeah, we'll see.
Be safe. Okay.
As much as I can be. I'm walking through doors that lead to other places.
I've been there. Trust me.
Me too, apparently. So.
Roosevelt,
Yeah.
take care of him.
I mean, I planned on it, but shall assure you that I will do such.
Thank you.
Adieu. And both him and Charles will, or them and Charles will exit. Darian,
Annika just collapses onto the bed, just not emotion, just exhaustion.
Vi is just gonna sit down on the bed.
Hey, Natalie.
Mm-hmm.
What have you been up to? You've been sitting in the car. You saw Darian.
Yeah, once I realized that I've been abandoned, I'm probably going to go back to my van.
Okay. You go back to your van. And
what I'd like to do is I'd like to do some investigating. Because I got to see the little thingy that was in Jackie Boy's head, right?
I believe so.
I reckon.
You got to see the scarred over port.
Yeah, that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
And the Matrix has already come out, so I was wondering if I can do some interneting.
You could probably do some interneting. What kind of interneting do you want to do?
I'm gonna go on the Google. Not really, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I'm
off-brand Google.
Jeeves.
I'm going to go to my off-brand Google on the
Hooligans.
yeah, whatever the horror movies, whenever they're Google, when you're trying to Google the spirit or the
like iFinder.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I'm just kind of curious to see what the flip that thing is, or if there's been evidence in the deeper reaches of the web that some forum conspiracy post that talks about people getting ports in their heads, like in the Matrix. And
go ahead and make me an investigate. I think about
sure. I don't have a good investigate, but I'm going to use my laptop.
Yeah, I think you'd use your key item for that,
and use your shame while you're at it too, if you can.
If you want to.
That way you can get an auto success.
You,
I mean,
you can decide
I've been
that
always told I'm the good girl, which is what my shame is. But I'm going into the bad parts of the internet to find this stuff.
In the dark web, I'm beautiful and bad.
So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So
Does
we're going to
literally no one at this virtual table get that reference? That's fine.
go. So I have at least one auto success going
Yes.
in,
Yeah.
and I will roll
I guess
this.
I'm the only one who's watched Dream Warriors.
Yes, you are. Okay. Anyway.
I got 3 successes on my investigate, plus the 1 auto success from seeing my shame, which brings me to 4.
Yeah.
And with my investigate skill, I can ask questions as well.
You can. So you can ask 2 questions. I believe you can ask bonus stuff.
I get extra questions because I went over.
Yes, you get 2 questions base. You can ask an additional question per roll above. So you can ask up to 5 questions from that list if you want to, or you can ask one of the generic bonus effects.
Okay. Let's start with the 2 questions.
Cool.
Let's start with 2 questions. I want to know, what does it mean?
The scarred over port on the back of Charles' head, right below one of the ears and kind of hidden behind it just a little bit, is a port that was initially used back in like the early 90s in part of an experimental trial run on integrating human brain space along with actual like physical data and the ability to kind of interface with computers on a more quicker way than using, your keyboard and mouse type stuff.
Are we sure I'm not on the IMDb of Matrix?
Yes, I'm sure you are.
Okay.
Which is, you could gather, could be influenced by the Matrix or vice versa. The idea is that there is once a trial run of this at a tech company that has now since folded and been bought by another company for dirt cheap. It was then kind of that research was then sequestered off and kind of forgotten about up until recently. There is rumors, and you can see in some kind of conspiracy theories, that a lot of individuals in the town of Quiet, Arizona have resurfaced with these kind of ports on them. A lot
Legit
of
news sources too.
not really legit news sources, but enough to make the concern, make it sound more than just a wild conspiracy theory.
So I was on the Craigslist page
Mm-hmm.
for Quiet, where people were talking about missed connections, but really they were talking about missed port connections. Got it.
Yeah, something like that.
The second question is, what threats can I perceive via these ports? Like, what's the like, the good stuff is you can download information into your head or share hard drive information or, whatever. What's the bad part about this?
If you reverse engineer it, you in theory could mess with their brain in a multitude of manners. And that's if they still have it in them. And there's also, if those are still active and such that they have the code that allows that interfacing to be done. So you could alter, what people remember, stuff like that. So.
Okay, so now I'm ready for my extra question.
Yes, your extra question. What do you want?
One of my many extra questions.
Yes, you have, I think, 3 more?
Yes. Where can I get this done?
To you?
Where can someone get this done to themselves?
One would have to...
In the past, and then subsequently... Back when they were doing this, where could you get it done?
You could get it done at a few select locations as part of their trial run back in the 90s when it was first kind of unveiled as a theoretical and kind of prototype. After, the company then folded due to concerns obviously relating to that threat perceiving of being able to rewrite stuff if you reverse engineer it. It has kind of become a black market style dealing that is not really done outside of the weird occurrence that popped up in Quiet. and even that is kind of an awkward place. You can probably find some of it lying around. It mentions a couple of loop kind of research labs from the old loop days that have been repurposed into something like this. And you do see that the technology might still be there, but the people who are knowledgeable on it aren't, as they were apprehended in theory as they kind of stopped being available online.
Okay.
Which...
All right. So I feel like I've gotten enough out of my questions.
Mhm.
I would like to use one of the generic bonus effects for one of my other successes, to gain unexpected information.
As you're looking through all of this, it is probably a surprise to only you, Natalie, that you come across 4 faces, 3 of which are familiar, 1 of which isn't. Taken very much as a somebody onlooking and they aren't paying attention style shot. It's something you only found after doing some deep research in the dark web for it. It is a shot of Vi, Annika, and Darian, all leaving a facility. There's also a 4th member there, an individual with nice auburn hair, blue eyes, shorter than the other 3, very young looking. With him is a robot dog type style that has a kind of TV LCD monitor for a face. And from what you can tell and what you can gather out of that information is they were involved in taking down whatever was using this technology.
I'm going to ask my 3rd question, which is through investigate. This is my last question to ask.
Just meta-wise, is the picture in color?
Meta-wise, the other follow-up question is the LCD screen that you have, Natalie, in color. I would think yes, and I think the picture would also be yes. Unless you think that your screen does not do color.
No, I don't have like some Atari ass looking computer. I got I have like the jelly cover, like laptop.
Through.
All right. That's what I have right now. That's what I'm using to do my hacking.
Yeah.
So you would notice that Vi's hair is purple instead of the red.
I perceive this as being in the past. I perceive this as being an event.
Mhm.
It tracks with what Vi has said, that we went on a fucking adventure and did some crazy shit. This is evidence of that crazy shit, but this is a picture that they did not realize was being taken.
Mhm.
So my 3rd question, which is through the investigate chain, is I'm essentially asking, what threats can I perceive here, as in who took the picture?
The picture was taken by a user on this site, and as you do some more digging to kind of learn where this user came from, they look to be somebody that was out of town that was stopping through. The individual themselves has an online footprint that is very minimal in the darknet, but you can trace them back to a real life connection that is not through that dark web stuff. And they are out of Boulder City, and they look to be someone with connections in multiple spheres. You can get a name from them, and that name that you get
Everybody's just like sitting, like, who could it be? Who could it be? We do not know.
Be now, ba-da-ba.
The name you
Look
get
at it be now.
is, I believe it's Evan.
You think it's Evan?
I think it is Evan.
No.
I think it is Evan.
Didn't Evan
No.
die?
Douche. No, he got
No.
real screwed up.
Evan got real screwed up, and over the 3 months that Vi was away between the end of the organism and meeting up for this road trip, Vi reconciled with Evan and Kara. Because Evan had the implant.
Yeah, it doesn't really mean anything to Natalie, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Um,
The name Evan. I assume he had a last name. If any of us remember it, if we don't, I can just generate a new one.
Oh gosh, what was his last name? I don't think. Because I know Jasper's last name.
Yeah, but that's Jasper.
Thomas, maybe?
Sure, Evan Thomas.
Sure.
Sure. It's better than Evan Peters.
I love Evan Peters.
So the name doesn't mean anything to Natalie, unfortunately. But the question is, did this get posted immediately after the events of the incursion thing, or obviously Natalie's not going to know the dates. She just wants to know when was this posted, because if it was posted right after, why did somebody post this anyway, other than to say these are the people that did the thing?
It was definitely posted not long after, you can gather, based on the other I'd say supporting evidence of sorts of this interaction and his dive into it. And I think it was, from what you can tell, is very much something that was designed to be a kind of update on that kind of awkward dive into the number of people that have it in quiet. And since it was not covered on any public news
Real
source,
news.
yeah, it was kind of a way of trying to get that out there to those who were concerned, or maybe looking further for evidence and information on it.
I guess is this something that's insidious? I guess like Natalie will spend the rest of the time reading the forum posts or whatever of people talking about it,
Yeah,
trying to I guess like ultimately trying to find out, is this innocuous? Like, is this something like, look at these heroes that are solving these problems, or look at these heroes, they're trying to stop us?
Like, what's the spin on this?
spin-
what is the spin?
The spin on the forum post is very much it's a division between people that really don't want that technology to die, and concerned because they have essentially removed the only other place that people could work on this sort of stuff, or have like the technology was openly being worked on type stuff. But then again, most people seem to be relieved with the fact that there's not more of these implants cropping up unnoticed, and a lot of them you realize were not done willingly per se. So there's a lot of people who are relieved at that. In short, it is not an insidious thing of saying, look at them trying to stop us. It is more one of, look at them doing good, even if nobody really sees it on them.
So many questions, because it's like, why isn't this in the regular news? Why isn't this, why is this being suppressed?
Mm-hmm.
It's awfully quiet. You know what I mean? Like, why is the news or whatever events that are happening in quiet being suppressed? For what reason is it being suppressed? And obviously, if it doesn't necessarily make Natalie feel any good or bad, it's just sort of like, I don't really understand what's going on. However, if the technology is loop tech,
It is certainly what it looks to be a derivative of.
derivative of loop tech, then somebody who worked at the loop after the flood and everything got sorted out there, took tech and made this and did some unsavory things in quiet. Where are they?
Additionally, from what you can also see, I would say this is probably also something you did when you're doing also your initial research in the implants. A lot of them are not to the size that Charles, the one that was pulled out of Charles, is.
Charles is bigger or smaller?
Bigger.
Bigger doesn't mean better. It just means it's bigger. It could be a prototype.
Mm-hmm.
What if the stuff in quiet is a prototype? And that they have better ones out there now.
Mm-hmm. All questions to ask.
That's a good pair. That's a good conspiracy theorist theory.
Mm-hmm.
What if quiet was the test bed? And it doesn't matter that the team stopped whatever happened to quiet because the deed was already done. The information was already gathered. The research had already been done, and they were ready to make it smaller and maybe put it somewhere. I wonder where. But Natalie's gonna be like,
The moment you go, you hear like kind of like a loud thud against the side of the van. What are you doing in there?
nothing.
Yeah, that doesn't sound suspicious or anything.
Well, you are actually a very suspicious person and naturally very paranoid, so anything I say will make you think that I'm doing something wrong.
Do you want a drink or not? I got more alcohol.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Close my laptop.
Darren kind of like squints at that, wondering what Natalie was actually doing. But he's not going to push that.
Everything gets sorted out?
No.
No. Like, no as in nothing got sorted out, or no as in like you're still uneasy about the whole situation?
That's the thing I always says. They're not mutually exclusive.
Of course, I would start saying that. Yep, that tracks.
Well, you took out your instrument though and you played music. That's like pretty much like your top tier go-to, make somebody feel better, especially a girl.
He like rolls his eyes and looks off to the side and he's like, look, things are going, and I'm sure whatever Annika and Vi came up with in regards to Charles, I'm sure it worked out fine.
So not though.
What do you mean?
You said things are going, like progressing?
We're gonna leave here tomorrow, so we're gonna go to New Orleans.
I think if they do see this, I think Vi lets Annika rest and kind of grabs like the MP3 player that he brought along, and is just gonna just find a quiet spot and just listen to music, just alone.
You know, yeah, sure, progressing. Everything's progressing just fine. Yeah.
Why? Is there something wrong?
No, no.
Empathize? I'm gonna fail.
Sure. You roll an empathize. Roll that die.
Talk-
See what you
Talk
get.
to my fucking... Nope! 0 success.
Ask one question of Jesse. They can lie to you.
Please let me talk to Darren. Please let me talk to Gavin.
I will say you can definitely call Gavin at some point this evening and get your stuff. And that's true of anybody who needs to get
Thanks.
conditions cleared. You may call.
I will do it tomorrow.
You can call your anchors.
What does Natalie want?
Lie.
Natalie would like you to be more true to your feelings towards the people around you.
He bristles immediately.
I think eventually Annika comes out to find Natalie and
Everybody's hanging out the van.
Darian.
No,
But it's not.
It's okay.
that's not.
Hey,
Hey. More drink?
no, I think I'm tapped out for the night, but I went off to go listen to music and figure if I'm gonna get disappeared into the ether again, I should at least have witnesses.
Yeah, that might. Yeah. He kind of like, he like looks down at the bottle, looks at Natalie, who knows that Natalie wants to drink. He wants to drink, but now.
It's fine, you guys go ahead. I just wanted to be around people.
So are we going into the van or?
I'm already in the
We
van.
could go back to the room. We have a whole room. Charles isn't there.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh
We
no.
sent Charles to the guy who abducted me earlier. It's fine.
Oh, right. That guy. Yeah, we can.
That is if that was cool.
His name's Roosevelt, and he's probably fine.
And probably.
All right. Well, you're gonna come out of the van. Kind of like, because it's like him talking to the van that's closed.
I probably opened the door.
I assume
Oh,
to have
okay.
a normal conversation, you probably would have had to at least open the door. Whether or not Natalie stepped outside is entirely different, but
Yeah.
Safety corner. Yeah, let's go.
Well, I guess now that you know that I'm like weird and stuff, you want to see the one actually kind of cool trick I can do, Natalie?
I mean, sure.
She like lights a tiny little flame on the end of her finger.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw that on Penn and Teller once.
Yeah, like I said, it's only kind of cool.
all right. And I think that might be a good space to end off for this evening, as everybody rejoins Vi in the bedroom, the hotel room, not the bedroom. It's both, but hotel room is a more innocuous statement. Sorry. And we'll end off for the evening. Thank you for watching this evening. I know we kind of went a little long and we did not take a break, so I apologize to all of my players for fucking running us hard on that one. So, but yeah, let me go around and say who we are and where we can find you on the internet, and we'll go in reverse order. So, Julian.
Hey, I am Julian, otherwise known as Jackal from Jackal and Hare. Over on Twitch, I have played Darian, who is a ball of very complex emotions. He's like a rubber band ball, where it's just more and more repressed emotions are going to keep piling on top until it just kind of snaps, explodes. That happens when you put that on a watermelon, right? Yeah.
Yeah. You are the watermelon.
He is the watermelon.
And things that are happening to you are the rubber bands.
Yes. But fun character stuff. I'm curious to kind of see where everything goes. I do want to talk to my anchor next time, so maybe we can do that next session.
Yeah, I was we can do anchor conversations as we leave Albuquerque tomorrow. Or next
Yeah.
week, sorry.
Let's go to head on over to Nolans.
Yes.
I love Nolans. Been there a few times. There's so much fun, interesting stuff that can happen there.
Mm-hmm.
So I look forward to that for sure. But hey, you can also find me here next Sunday for Shadows Embrace, which is another game that Friend runs, which is VTM 5e Chronicle, where I play a tall, very tall, thin blood who has gone from artist to alchemist, one of the two. So that's fun. You can also check me out over Jackal and Hare. For our subsequent shows, there is our Monday game, which is our D&D 5e game, which we're fighting a Kraken tomorrow.
Are you still fighting the Kraken?
We see. I thought we were gonna fight the Kraken last week, but we actually just fought the mini boss leading up to the Kraken, which took all session.
Okay.
Now we're gonna fight the
So
Kraken.
we're fighting the actual Kraken this week.
Good luck.
Yeah, and we weren't really allowed to rest.
Oh no.
So fuck all my magic
I was
users.
saying all the magic users who have just burnt all their spells. Good luck.
Yeah, well, guess what? The party is a mostly Hannah Burn party, so you know, whatever.
So good luck to us fighting a
Yeah.
CR23 creature.
Can I
Look forward to that. But yeah, you can also catch me for my own Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle Vampire exclamation point at the disco, where we go through the aftermath of Caleb's guest appearance. Which
I
was
didn't start the fire.
you started a fire, just not the fire that's now
It was
that might
always
potentially
burning.
burn the.
To be fair, they should have
Central
known
China.
because the episode was called Disco Inferno.
You're absolutely right. They should have known, but no one ever pays attention to my titles or my lyric choices
okay.
for
Me neither.
episodes.
Nobody pays attention to my titles either.
It's okay. It's
Oh, I do. I just don't say anything.
big brain. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. Just toss it to somebody else.
That would be me, technically.
Yes, that would be you.
Uh,
Tracy.
Hello, my name is Jessie. I played Natalie, who was doing the computer thing, the things that involve computers, and was here for, and was trying to be a supportive friend.
Mhm.
Follow your dreams and your feelings, y'all.
That's complicated.
I am also on the other Sunday game that's here on Go the Phoenix, which I play a vampire as well, because it's Vampire the Masquerade. I play Police, who has never done anything wrong, and his life. He is a body on my team. It's pretty cool.
That causes problems on purpose.
He's a goose.
He's a goose.
I also run games too on my channel, Jacqueline Hare. I run a Scion game. It's a second edition storyteller game where people play Children of the Gods, and they are going on the path towards godhood. Right now, everybody's on an adventure, going to hell, as in Helheim. It's fun. That's all I got for now.
Ronnie.
Hey everybody, I'm Ronnie. Tonight I played Annika, who just would really like to have some exposition in the JRPG that has become her life. But instead she gets to deal with the fact that her ex-boyfriend is having an identity crisis. You know, just angst all the time. It's great. It's a good time. You can find me here for Quiet. I'm not a vampire. I'm the only person here who's not a vampire, and that's fine.
I'm technically also not a vampire because I run the vampires.
You're all the vampires. You're every vampire.
I'm
Fen.
every vampire that's not a PC vampire, technically.
Every vampire, all the blood's in
But you can find me on Twitter at RabidRonnie. I yell about games and Pokemon and other nerdy crap because I'm
Can
a
we
huge
also-
freaking nerd.
Yeah, he was
Uh,
also a former Zennies judge, but
I
we'll
was
just-
an Ennies judge
we'll
last
just
year,
go
so
over
I
that.
I talk a lot about role-playing games, guys. I will yell about a lot of them, so hit me up and I'll talk to you about nerd stuff. Bye.
Hi, my name is Caleb. I played Vi, who, may or may not be doubting a few things after this. Sad songs often soothe the soul. Or maybe they don't, who knows. You can find me also with Shadow's Embrace. I play a Toreador named River Marlowe. You will also be able to find me on Fridays, starting the 27th, where I am running a Buffy the Vampire Slayer RPG called Haven Rock, a Buffy RPG campaign. I have a lovely cast, and I cannot wait to dive into whatever plans and machinations I have for them. Those will be around 6:30 Central. I believe is the time slot we all agree on. So,
I think that's what you guys all
Uh,
said yes to.
so you have a week to generate so much groundswell for me.
Watch this space. Watch,
Watch
this,
this
space.
space. You can find me usually here, playing RPGs and running RPGs. You can also find my video game stuff on YouTube, which it's been a rough year. Okay, I tried, and then
2020
election
is a
happened, and then I
wild time.
tried, and
It's okay.
going probably a fresh start of 2021 when it comes to my podcast and my YouTube channel. But but also, last but not least, our storyteller.
Hi, it's me. I'm Fettuccine. You've been watching.
Hearts for Fed!
Hey, Hearts for Fed. Thank you, Ronnie. It's been too long since that's been thrown around this here space. So,
I thought around last week.
I don't remember it if you did. To be honest with you, my brain is a little mush right now.
It happens too frequently. I just can't.
So. No, it does not happen too frequently, I think. But anyway.
You're
I mean-
right. We should do it more.
No, that's not what should happen. No.
Well, now I'm just gonna have to mention Hearts of Fen in games that you're not even in.
Please don't. Please don't, Caleb.
Hashtag get Hearts for Fen trending.
He tried to counteract it once with Hearts from Fen.
I still do every now and then.
Work.
And it totally did work, because now it's Hearts for everybody. And not just Fen.
Anyway,
We're gonna go on a tangent about the Hearts for Fen hashtag that gets used in, I believe, like, one Discord. So, but
I know,
I've been
I'll bring it to Jack one here. It's fine.
Yeah, I've been Fettuccine, your storyteller for this evening of Quiet, a game running Things from the Flood by Free League. You can catch us here every Sunday for alternating sessions of this and Shadow's Embrace, the game that 3 people have talked about before me, so I'm not going to rehash it too much. But that's what you'll see next Sunday here. On Thursdays, we have a Parslings campaign where we dive into the lovely world of Parslings and the awesome and crazy things for that. Where our party is currently experiencing a bit of exposition dumps and trying to understand what they're getting into. Outside of that, you can also catch us, actually, I think this coming Tuesday, 2 days from today, where I do our first session of First Night, which is a quick mini-series. I wouldn't really call it a campaign. It's a mini-series where me and my significant other, Maddie, go through the lovely world of Nice Black Agents Solo Ops by the 2 of us sit around and I get to teach her how to play role-playing games, and hopefully it's not going to be too awful. Ideally, she won't hate me at the end of it. That's all I'm hoping for. But outside of that, you can also catch us not this coming Friday, but next Friday on the 27th for our first episode of Haven Rock, a Buffy RPG campaign. And outside of that, I'm low-key streaming over on my own Twitch now, playing Crime Time, aka Grand Theft Auto 5.
I've sometimes been able to be part of those crime times.
I don't know what it's supposed to be. I don't have like a goal for it. But come check us out if we're doing some low-key hangs. Also on my YouTube channel, I'm doing Sharing a Drink With, which is basically me just recapping parts of my life. So in case I have more mental health problems, as in i.e. memory, I can have an easier place to start looking again from. So anyway, I've been on my soapbox too long, so we're going to go hang out and head out for the evening. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you all on Tuesday for Thursday night. Bye, y'all.
Ciao.
Bye.